We're almost at the start of a new year, guys, and I'm still trying to process and cement the fact that I am now 7 years natural. Just last week, Friday, my hair turned 7 years old. So I big dropped 7 years ago. That's a long time, a pretty long time actually. But it's amazing that I've gotten here because it could have been different. I could have given into several temptations. Has my journey been a perfect one? No, far from it. Do I have regrets? Yes, I actually do. But it's not about going natural. It has nothing to do with starting my natural journey. It's more of focusing on the wrong things and being in a rush because I feel like I need to catch up. But I don't. It's okay to go at my own pace, as there are some things you can never and will never realize until you slow down and take some time to reflect. With that said, I thankfully take this time, this precious time that you guys has taken out of your day or your night to listen to me, to share the 4 major lessons that I've learned, that I've realized on my 7 years natural year journey, that has not only helped me to achieve a lot of my hair goals, but has helped me to be patient and a lot more realistic with my hair. And I start off with this one because it took me so long, like really, really long, to realize this. And it's that breakage can never be prevented, it can only be minimized. And what does this mean? Well, to put it simple, it means that no matter how much moisture you give your hair, no matter how careful you are, no matter how much you stick to your routine, you stay consistent and you try to be as gentle as you can, your hair will still break. It might not break as much as it would if you should neglect it or handle it roughly, but it will still break a little because that's just how hair is. And this doesn't apply only to kinky curly hair, it applies to every single hair texture there is. You can never completely stop your hair from breaking unless you're dead and your hair is not being touched. You will only be able to lessen the chance and quantity of your hair breakage by improving on how you take care of your hair. That's it. Yeah, and it took me forever to realize this because I wasn't seeing people sharing breakage. I only saw people sharing shed hairs. So I thought that breakage was abnormal and it was something that would stress me out because everything I would do, I would still end up experiencing a little breakage. I would still see some amount of breakage, not as much, but I would see some. I mean, breakage is not really a good thing, but it's also not something you can prevent. So we should normalize a little bit of breakage so people can be able to know that it's okay, it's normal. So don't beat up on yourself, don't crucify yourself. Just keep improving your routine so you can have as minimal amount of breakage as possible. The second major lesson that I've learned is that you have to do it for you, not because the world is or because you feel obligated to. Embarking on a natural journey should be your decision. It should be something that you want. And let me tell you why this is so important. It is so important because people will test you. There are people who will project their personal hatred and ignorance towards naturally onto you, and it will affect you if you're not firm in your decision, if you haven't accepted your hair and if you're struggling to love your hair. I'm not saying everybody will be like this, but there will be people that will make you feel as if you've made a mistake and question your own decision. When I just went natural, somebody close to me who I expected would have been more supportive was not. This person was used to seeing me with perm hair and was not in favor with this old natural hair decision that I had made. But that's what I wanted for me, and although the person wasn't in support, I still went ahead, and today that same person is so much in love with my natural hair and is now one of my biggest supporters. So when you stand firm in what you believe and want for yourself, the people who truly love you will eventually come around. And sometimes they only put up resistance because they don't quite understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. I recently saw this video that's circulating the entire internet, and it's basically an interview where a woman was just speaking down on natural hair, making it look as if natural hair is not good enough to be worn to important events. And seeing this video, it broke my heart for many reasons, but the two main ones are the fact that there are people out there struggling to love and accept their natural hair and encountering such negativity, especially in a public space like that, will make it even harder for them. And the second thing is, I thought we were past that place as a community. I thought we were on the path of healing and acceptance, but it seems as if we're just regressing. The third major thing that I've learned on my 7 years natural hair journey is that everybody's journey is different. You'll only get there in your time and not somebody else's. You shouldn't focus on other people's journey and be impatient and bitter towards yours. Such and such hair is so thick and she's at waist length in just 4 years, while it's taken me 10 whole years to get there. I know it's hard because naturally we like to compare and compete, even though there's no need, because it's personal. It's a personal journey, and the mistakes and experiences I have, another person might not have. That's why it's personal. Things like your environment, diet, stress, and your immune system will affect how slow or how fast you achieve a certain hair goal. For example, one person fell sick 5 times in a certain year, and during those 5 times, their hair was affected. They experienced setbacks. However, another person did not fall sick at all. What do you think will happen? Obviously, the one that did not fall sick at all will have so much more progress than the one that had the setbacks. So, you see, guys, you just cannot compare yourself. Our bodies are built different and we encounter different things. Work with your journey and just keep going and try your best to ensure that your body is at its healthiest. And finally, the fourth and last lesson that I've learned being on my 7 years natural hair journey is that you shouldn't be too quick to make drastic decisions when things go wrong. Instead, find some time to reflect and replan. I learned this lesson 2 years ago when I went through my moisture overload ordeal. I wanted to cut my hair off so bad, as it looked dead and damaged, and I could see that it was thinning out a lot, especially at the ends. But instead of jumping on a whim, I decided to nurse it back to health with protein and frequent dusting. I'm happy today because I still have my length, and although my hair didn't get to tailbone this year, it's healthier. is healthier than it was at the start of this year. And for me, that's enough.